I like the iPhone 16, the regular one, and I think you should consider it too. Mainly because the gap in feature set between the Pro models and the regular model, which I think is the phone model this year anyways, isn't as wide as I expected it to be. Truth be told, the design is basically the same as last year's iPhone 15 with the exception of the vertically stacked cameras. Some say it's a callback to the iPhone 10. I disagree. I think it's an evolution of the iPhone 12 design, primarily because fun, vibrant colors are back, and I'm all for it. The pastel colors of the iPhone 15 felt muted, but this year's colors are in your face. The blurple one especially, that Apple calls ultramarine, oof, it feels good to look at. On the pro side of things though, the colors are neutral as expected, and it's meant to look premium, especially the desert titanium. Honestly, it's more of a different shade of gold, and it feels less unique. In this case, I don't think iPhone 15 Pro owners will feel left out. Although, when it comes to the new features shared between the iPhone 16 and the 16 Pro, I think iPhone 15 owners will feel this thing a little bit more. Contrary to what was usually done in the past, Apple announced 3 big features available across the iPhone 16 lineup this year. They all share a newly designed 3nm chip with the same neural engine and 6-core CPU, which was built from the ground up just for Apple Intelligence. The 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max get the A18 Pro, while the 16 and 16 Plus get the A18, with the main difference being the GPU. The A18 Pro has a 6-core GPU for more intensive graphic-related tasks, while the A18 has 5 cores. Now, according to Apple, both GPUs have desktop-class performance and can run AAA games with ray tracing 2 times faster than the iPhone 15 Pro, and for longer too, because of better thermal management. The second feature shared across this year's lineup is Apple Intelligence and the new Siri. Let's just call this Apple's version of AI. I won't get too deep into it because there's a lot to unpack and it won't be available till October, so we'll wait. The most important thing for you to know is that it will be available on the iPhone 16 lineup, all iPads with M1 and above, and only the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus wouldn't get it. And finally, the last shared feature across the iPhone 16 lineup is the action button, which you already know about already, and a new button called Camera Control. This is a touch and pressure-sensitive camera shutter button that will launch the camera from the lock screen and can also control zoom, focus, and exposure functions within the camera app, just like a traditional camera. I'm a bit of a skeptic on this one. Let me explain. This is a great feature for people who take photos or videos in landscape and don't want to mess with the screen. I get that part. But what about those people who prefer using their cameras vertically, like literally most normal people? We'd have to get used to doing some finger gymnastics to get any use out of that button. Using the screen is way more comfortable when using the phone vertically. So I'm not fully convinced everyone will naturally gravitate to this new button. Its execution is really interesting though. Trust Apple to improve upon a feature that is already available on other smartphones. As an added bonus, the base iPhone 16's camera has gotten even better, with the addition of what Apple calls Fusion Camera. That basically means the main camera is also sort of a hybrid 2x telephoto lens. It's not just cropping into the sensor. I don't know how that will work in the real world, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. The ultra-wide lens now has autofocus with the inclusion of macro mode. Also, with the addition of new photographic styles, this all comes together to become a really robust camera system. Of course, the Pro phones get the Tetra Prism 5x zoom lens, ProRes log, more mics, and 4K 120 frames per second in HDR. But I guarantee you won't miss it. Okay, now that I've gotten to the end of the video, I'll admit that not getting 120Hz ProMotion or the always-on display is a pain in the butt. but it's a trade-off I'm willing to make for potentially better battery life, especially on the iPhone 16 Plus, new vibrant colors, and a lower price. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. There's a lot more content coming up this September, as you know, so many gadgets coming up. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.